All right, routine practice. Just another day in Berea. Gabriel steps back for what should have been the most ordinary drill in football, a 5-step drop, a simple progression read he could do blindfolded. He plants, he cocks back, and then collapse. No contact, no defender anywhere near him. Just one violent, catastrophic breakdown inside his own body. And guys, when I tell you that practice stopped cold, I mean it froze like time itself. Trainers sprinted out. Teammates stood there in silence, helmets in hand, not even sure what to say. You know it's bad when grown men who've seen every kind of injury still can't look. One veteran lineman, according to reports, muttered under his breath, "That's it. He's done." And he was right, within hours. The diagnosis came down, season-ending, career-threatening. And just like that, Dillon Gabriel's fight was over before it really began. But here's where it gets surreal. Standing on the sideline through all of this, Shedeur Sanders. No smirk, no fist pump, no hint of celebration. Just calm, collected, watching. And then, this part is already legendary inside the facility. He turns to his quarterback coach and says, "Everything happens for a reason." That line echoed through the building like a thunderclap. Some guys heard wisdom in it, a deeper spiritual truth. Others thought it sounded calculated, almost cold. But either way, the interpretation didn't matter, because the reality was now undeniable. Shedeur Sanders is the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Not eventually. Not maybe after a few weeks. Not depending on competition. No, right now. Let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Baltimore Ravens. Let's make it happen! The football gods made the decision Kevin Stefanski couldn't, and I've got to be honest with you. When Stefanski walked into that press conference after practice, you could hear it in his voice. He offered thoughts and prayers for Gabriel, and he meant it. But when it came to Shedeur, there was no hedging, no "we'll evaluate our options." It was crystal clear. He said, "We have full confidence in Shedeur Sanders to lead this offense forward." That's it. No backup plan. No safety net. Gabriel's chapter closed. The Sanders era begins, and the fans, oh man, they reacted instantly. Within minutes, Twitter was on fire. Justice for Shedeur trending nationwide. Browns fans calling it karma. One fan wrote, "The universe handled what the coaches wouldn't." Another said, "Sanders deserved the job weeks ago." And now, fate made it official. Savage, ruthless, emotional, but overwhelmingly in Shedeur's corner. Now, let's talk ripple effects, because this is bigger than one player. For Gabriel, the implications are brutal. His rookie contract? Complicated now by insurance clauses and salary cap adjustments. His rehab timeline? Minimum 12 months with no guarantees he'll ever be the same. Some doctors are even whispering this kind of injury could permanently affect his footwork, his mechanics, his career. That's devastating. But for Shedeur, the opposite is true. His leverage just exploded. Endorsement opportunities already flooding in. Sources say his agent fielded million-dollar offers within hours of the announcement. Jerseys are flying off shelves. Jimmy Haslam reportedly greenlit an entire marketing campaign the second the diagnosis was confirmed. Season ticket promos, merchandise, sponsorship deals, everything. The machine is now fully behind Sanders. And the coaching staff? They wasted zero time. The offensive coordinator tore up the playbook and rebuilt it around Shedeur's strengths. Bootlegs, rollouts, RPOs, vertical shots downfield. The receivers are loving it, saying this offense finally feels like it's built for the quarterback running it. Even the offensive line is relieved. No more switching styles, no more confusion. One center reportedly said, "Finally, we know exactly who we're protecting." That kind of clarity is priceless. But here's the kicker, Shedeur himself. From the second he was told he's QB1, he shifted into another gear. First in the building, last one out. Adding film sessions, working extra with receivers, even changing his nutrition and recovery routines to maximize performance. Veterans are noticing. Coaches are noticing. And more importantly, the team is responding. One veteran said, "He's not talking about leadership, he's showing it." That's how you earn respect. And now comes the real test. The Ravens, national television. One of the most brutal defenses in the league. Mike McDonald is already ripping up his old game plan and designing blitzes just for Sanders. Exotic coverages, Disguised pressure, everything designed to rattle a rookie. The Ravens smell blood. They know this is a first-year quarterback under the brightest lights imaginable. But you know what? Word out of practice is Shedeur's thriving under that pressure. His confidence is contagious. His throws are sharper. His reads are quicker. His command of the huddle feels different. It's like the moment the decision became real, something switched on inside him. And I can't help but think, isn't this exactly what he was born for? Raised in the spotlight, trained by Deion Sanders himself, prepared his whole life for moments like this. He's been taught how to handle the media, how to handle pressure, how to seize opportunity without flinching. And now he has it, on a silver platter handed to him by fate itself. And honestly, I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it until somebody in Berea listens. Shedeur Sanders deserves to be out there more than any quarterback on this roster. Why? Because he's the only one who gives you hope. He's the only guy you look at and say, that's the future. That's the spark. That's the guy who can change everything. Now, breaking news out of Cleveland has only turned the temperature up higher. Shedeur's been pushed to third string on the Week 2 unofficial roster. Third string! And fans are livid. Analysts are calling this one of the biggest quarterback controversies in the entire NFL. And you can feel the tension in the air, because ownership isn't tolerating it. Jimmy Haslam knows exactly what's at stake here. This isn't just about wins and losses. This is about ratings. It's about revenue. It's about the Browns brand finally mattering again on a national stage. And he knows the one player who can deliver all of that is Sanders. So here's the million-dollar question. Why in the world is Kevin Stefanski so determined to keep Shedeur glued to the sideline? What is he seeing? Or maybe I should say, what is he refusing to see? Because Joe Flacco sure didn't light the world on fire in Week 1. He admitted it himself. He said he wasn't where he needed to be. And yet Stefanski still insists on handing him the keys. Meanwhile, the young quarterback with the endorsements, the swagger, the charisma, sits there waiting. And let's not act like this is gonna blow over. Because Jimmy Haslam is already making moves. Reports say he's ready to force Stefanski's hand. Colin Cowherd even went on record saying by November, Shedeur could be the guy. And honestly, he's right. Because if this team starts 0-4, or even 1-3, the pressure on Stefanski is going to be unbearable. He won't have a choice. At some point, the dam is going to break. And when Shedeur finally takes the field, even if it's just flashes of brilliance, you can bet this fan base will erupt. Here's the thing. This isn't just a football decision anymore. This is an identity crisis. When Andrew Barry drafted Sanders, it was supposed to mean something. It was supposed to say, we're done playing it safe. We're investing in the future. We're finally taking a chance on a player who can change the culture of this franchise. But here we are, 2 weeks into the season, and the whole plan is already unraveling. And don't think rival teams aren't paying attention. Whispers are already floating around the league. Other franchises are circling like sharks, just waiting for Cleveland to fumble this thing. They're waiting for the door to crack open so they can swoop in and grab Sanders. And let me tell you, if Shedeur Sanders ever walks out of Cleveland, he won't just succeed, he will explode into superstardom. And the Browns will go down in history as the team that let it all slip away. But the fans, the fans are fed up. You can hear it everywhere. On talk radio, online, outside the stadium. This isn't just frustration. This is rage. People are saying, if Stefanski won't play him, then free him. Trade him. Let him go to a team that actually knows what to do with him. That's how bad it's gotten. The locker room feels fractured. The city is divided. And the franchise is playing with fire. So let's be real here. There are only two paths forward. Either Stefanski is cut loose and the Browns admit their mistake, handing Shedeur the keys like they should have from the start. Or Sanders is gone, traded away, and the Browns spend the next decade watching him light up the league in another uniform. There is no middle ground anymore. That bridge is burned. And if you think I'm exaggerating, just look at what's already happened. Reports say Shedeur stormed out of the facility, ghosted the team, silent, frustrated, and fed up after being benched yet again. And can you blame him? This wasn't just a football decision. This was a power struggle. Stefanski wanted control. Sanders wanted to lead. And now Cleveland is living with the fallout. The locker room is split. Veterans who've seen what Shedeur brings, they're standing behind him. They know he's the future. But others are clinging to the old ways, siding with Stefanski and his rigid system. And that divide? It's poisoning the team from the inside out. Let's build a totem pole together. Smash like, subscribe, and comment. If this video hits 2,000 likes, that means we're beating the Baltimore Ravens. Let's make it happen! Meanwhile, the fans are revolting. Fire Stefanski is trending every week. Season ticket holders are threatening to walk. Merch sales for Sanders jerseys are plummeting. Not because people stopped believing in him, but because they're tired of seeing their team sabotage him. And the front office? They're in panic mode. Emergency meetings, leaked frustrations, finger-pointing. And you know how that ends. Somebody's job is on the line, so now the Browns stand at the edge of the cliff. Either they fire Stefanski, call Shedeur directly, admit they botched this thing and rebuild around him, or they trade him and watch him become a superstar somewhere else. That's it. That's the choice. No middle ground, because let's be real, Sanders isn't just another quarterback. He's electricity. He's the face. He's the guy who can transform not just the offense, but the culture, the city, the franchise. And if Cleveland loses him, that won't just be another heartbreak. That will be the legacy. So here's my question to you. Should Jimmy Haslam step in and force Stefanski's hand? Should Shedeur be the starter right now? Or is it already too late? And has this relationship been burned beyond repair? Because I'll tell you this much. If Sanders leaves Cleveland, he's not just going to succeed. He's going to explode. And the Browns will go down as the team that let it all slip away.